Hello and welcome back to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Friday, July 26, 2024. I've been doing a countdown of my favorite video games of all time through each day of the year, and coming in at number 159 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Earlier this year, I ranked the PC version of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer or Philosopher's Stone as my 328th favorite game. I specify the PC version because there are significant differences between the different versions of that game. I don't just mean graphics or minor things. I mean they're literally different games, sometimes even from different developers, even though they all got published as kind of supposed to be the same thing. Things got a little more unified after that, and while there are still some minor differences between versions for the other games, they're exactly that. Minor. Well, other than the Game Boy Advance ones. That's a totally different thing. Anyways, I played Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the GameCube, and I even tracked down a copy to give you the authentic experience. Fans of the series may notice one bewildering change made on this version. Hufflepuff is purple. I don't know why. The rest is all fairly consistent though. The games for the second story in the series feature significant improvements compared to the first go-around. For starters, they're much closer to actually following the plot, though they do take some liberties with it to gamify it a bit. You start off with a tutorial segment of getting rescued from the Dursleys and heading to the Burrow to get to Hogwarts with the Weasleys. Traveling to Diagon Alley via Floo Powder, things go wrong and Harry finds himself in a shady part of the Wizard's shopping center. It's here you figure out how spells are learned, and in a sort of clever, definitely annoying kind of way, you're subliminally told to look out for things that future spells might be helpful for. Does this room look really dark to you? It's super dark, right? Can't really see well? Well, yeah, that's because this is the room where you learn Lumos, which apparently is in an evil spellbook, because that makes sense. Now you can light up your wand and actually see things. You're doing more than just seeing like a normie though, because Lumos can illuminate hidden pathways and such. More on some of those in a bit. After you buy all of your stuff you need for school and do more tutorial to help Ginny find her missing things, it's off to the train that left you behind. Take the flying car and crash it into a living angry tree. This is the first real adventure part of the game and the first boss fight. After navigating through some rudimentary puzzles, you fight off the tree to save Ron. It's a pretty simple fight, but it's still fun. Finally, you're at Hogwarts and can actually start, like, the game. The first day of class is pretty light. You just have to go do a refresher on flying. However, it's at this point the game makes its greatest strength clear to you. This is, practically speaking, a totally open-world Harry Potter game in the year of our Lord, 2002. You're supposed to go to flying class, but you don't have to go to flying class. You can go, kind of, anywhere. I say kind of because there's a lot of locked doors and obstacles you don't know how to get past yet, but that's okay. There's still hidden things you can just go and find and do and explore. Using Lumos can find you hidden paths through walls, as I mentioned earlier. Later, you'll get access to other spells that cut down tapestries to reveal pathways and doors, or clear away vines, or spider webs, all sorts of stuff. The main thing you're looking for is loads of Chocolate Frog cards, which are actually more than just a little world-building collectible this time around. When you get a good amount of them, I think it's every 12, but don't quote me on that because I've already forgotten since I recorded the gameplay. Your maximum health increases. Speaking of health, you may notice some giant cauldrons in really random places throughout the game. That's because you can carry potion vials and refill them at the cauldrons, and each vial is essentially an extra health bar. On top of the cards, however, there's a lost and found posted in the Gryffindor common room, and you can go and find those and turn them in for your reward of... Oh, also, cards. Well, at least there's a lot of them. You can look at them, and they're all unique and have world building, unlike random collectibles in many other open world games. So eventually, you'll make your way to flying class so you can play Star Fox and fly through rings. Woo! I haven't ranked a Star Fox game yet, but I'm generally of the opinion that putting Star Fox into a game is a mini-game or other small component is guaranteed to make the game better. So good on them for checking that box. When you're done flying around, you're told you can come back and try to beat your score. In fact, much of this game includes doing different mini-games that you can come back and try to beat your score. There's tons to do, and while they're not all amazing, a lot of them are pretty fun to do, and if you do well enough, you're often rewarded with, what's that? More cards? Oh? After you finish class, that's it for the day. But at night, Neville gets stuck, and you have to go traipsing through the castle past curfew to help him. This is probably the only part of the game I don't love, and really holds the game back. I don't just mean this moment specifically, but all of the nighttime adventures. You have to navigate through the castle without getting spotted by prefects and sometimes other authority figures, which is fine. I like some stealth missions, but the camera is really obnoxious, only very specifically when you're looking out for the people that are going to catch you. It switches to a top-down perspective, and I don't think it's good, but you learn to deal with it, so whatever. Fast forward a little bit, and we're on our first proper class, learning the disarming spell, Expelliarmus. You don't so much learn it as have to go through a gauntlet of very deadly situations that Professor Gilderoy Lockhart puts you in until you just find the spell book, and then do some more fighting to the death with the spell. Lockhart, as insufferable and incompetent as he is in the books and films, is even worse in this game. The best part about his involvement in the game, though, is that basically everyone catches on right at the start that it's best to just ignore him. It takes a little getting used to, but Expelliarmus is actually a lot of fun. You're basically playing yet another mini-game here, but this time it's tennis, and you get to do it throughout the whole rest of the game with a bunch of combat sequences. The really interesting thing is that you can still cast other spells that you've bound to your quick access buttons when you're not trying to deflect them already, meaning you're actually playing a weird version of tennis where you can randomly throw another ball into the mix. It's great. The last minigame I really want to talk about is, of course, Quidditch. I've already ranked 2 actual dedicated Quidditch games on this list, and let me tell you, yeah, Quidditch in this game kind of sucks, but it's more Star Fox. Oh, and after you're done with your first practice, you unlock being able to fly around the castle grounds, which winds up being the best way to grind Bernie Bot's every flavored beans, just by playing more Star Fox, and you get more every time you fly through a ring. The beans are very important because they're the currency for buying things from Fred and George's secret bathroom store. Yep, you climb through a hidden hole in a wall behind a painting in the common room to go into a bathroom where they've set up shop. Nothing weird or concerning about that at all. Anyways, a lot of what they have is just more cards and other useful but actually unnecessary items. However, you will want to get to 100 beans as soon as you can to get access to Alohomora so you can cast it to unlock doors. That's okay though, more Star Fox for me! I do want to mention for people that might see a pattern here, no, I'm not ranking all 8 games based on the films. This is the last one. To sum up the others, Prisoner of Azkaban is very similar to Chamber of Secrets in structure, but they definitely rushed the game out. It's a little short, some of it's a little buggy. It just doesn't work as well as Chamber of Secrets. All of the rest suck, because they abandoned the explore the castle and do cool puzzle adventure stuff gameplay for serious storytelling combat sequences on rails gameplay, and that is absolutely not why I play these games. Join me tomorrow as I talk about my 158th favorite game where I control 2 people with 1 controller.